This week's Wandavision commercial, the Nexus, may have been the missing clue in solving the mystery of what's going on with Wandavision and even Dottie. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia and a little update on Wandavision. Well, as many of you know, Wandavision has been hitting us with some pretty interesting little commercials that have been providing clues to what's going on. This past week, we got confirmation on who one key character was. I hope you like meeting Agatha Harkness, but this episode may have revealed the identity of not just Dottie, but a major thread running through the series. Now, before we break all of this down, I wanted to remind everybody to hit that like and press subscribe. Also, don't forget about this year's giveaway. We're giving away this PlayStation 5. All you have to do to get in on our giveaway is be a subscriber and leave a comment. As soon as we hit 25,000 subscribers, we'll draw a winner. Those WandaVision commercials have pretty much had fans fired up from day one. And although many in the past seem to reference Hydra, this week's clue may have opened a huge magical door. Now, this week's commercial was for Nexus. And to quote, it said, "Feeling depressed, like the world goes on without you? Do you just want to be left alone? Ask your doctor about Nexus, a unique antidepressant that works to anchor you back in your reality, or the reality of your choice." Now, if you're a fan of Marvel Comics, this might have clued you into something big. And once we open this door, it becomes quite the long slide to the bottom. Now, first and foremost, I highly believe this reference to the Nexus is the Nexus of all realities. Now, the Nexus made its first appearance in Marvel Comics way back in 1972 in Fear number 11. And it is a cross-dimensional gateway that provides a path to any and all realities. Wondering how this version of Pietro got here? There you go. Now, in the comics, it has a mysterious past. And people don't know if it was created by some being or it's just the one place in the multiverse all the realities naturally intersect. Now, like we said, this leads us to the next part, which is Dottie. Now, in case you're unfamiliar with the Fear comic series, it was mostly a Man-Thing comic, but did include various other stories. And in this issue, we met two new characters, Andy and Jennifer Kale. Doesn't she look a bit familiar? Now, Kale was developed by Steve Gerber and Rich Buckler, and in the Marvel Comics, she is a sorceress and has worked with quite a few other Marvel magic-based characters, but is most closely tied with the Man-Thing and Doctor Strange. Now, in recent years, she was also the centerpiece of the Marvel Witches comic series, which featured Jennifer with Satana Hellstrom and Topaz, two more magical using characters in the Marvel Universe. Now, even more curiously, she was a big part of the Midnight Suns team, who Doctor Strange is a part of, and she's a cousin to both Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch. Two different versions of Ghost Rider, all quite the thread to the horror Marvel world they seem to be building in this series. Now, that's not all. Let's talk about that book in the basement. Now, when many of us saw that book, we mostly assumed it was the Darkhold, which has been a big part of the MCU on television in the past. But in that same issue of Fear, number 11, we actually get reference to another book, and this is tied directly to Jennifer Kale herself. Now, that book is called The Tome of Zarad-Na. Now, the writer of this book is actually from Atlantis and was exiled for foretelling the destruction of the city. That's right, Atlantis. Now, this book in the comics was eventually entrusted into the Kale family, where it was eventually stolen, and in the comics leads to several plot threads that may be discarded here, but the book should be noted because it didn't appear to be the Darkhold, and this would tie Jennifer Kale directly to the story. Additionally, this would be quite the unexpected first direct reference to Atlantis in the MCU, something fans have been clamoring for a long time, and even could tie us directly to an upcoming MCU movie like Black Panther 2 and the potential appearance of Namor. Now, obviously, we're into the final countdown on WandaVision, so lots of big reveals will be headed our way. We haven't really heard a lot from Dottie since that one episode, and although we did speculate she could be Arcana Jones, that appeared to be dismissed when her husband's real name was revealed by S.W.O.R.D. By adding the Nexus of all realities, And having Jennifer Kale be part of this series, Marvel will literally be able to seed Midnight Suns and Atlantis and explain the existence and the tie to the multiverse all at the same time. So, what do you guys think of this breakdown of this WandaVision Easter egg? And do you believe that Dottie is Jennifer Kale? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.